With no end to the cost of living crisis in sight, there's a push for Australia to change the way it thinks about poverty, including allowing the government to set and measure an official poverty line. Social services say Australia should follow in New Zealand's footsteps by recognising the effects of poverty on children and passing legislation to measure and eventually hope to resolve the problem.
Josh isn't like most high school students. He's given a TED Talk and advocates on youth issues across the nation, but he also misses out because he's living in poverty.
I sometimes either stay up a bit later than most thinking about this exact topic and how to best support my family. I sometimes take up jobs outside of the home just to make sure that the family can get by.
That's on top of helping care for his 10-year-old sister, who has a number of complex medical needs and requires round-the-clock care. The family gets a carer's pension, but Mum Laura says it's not enough, even if things seem okay.
They may look at us from the outside and not realise just actually how tough and how much stress and budgeting and thought and everything, planning perhaps, goes into making sure that my children are fed and clothed.
Come on, Shasha, let's go collect the eggs.
It's estimated about 1 in 6 children are living below the poverty line, but we don't know exactly how many. Josh and his mum are supporting a campaign run by End Child Poverty, calling for Australia to legislate a commitment to measuring the problem and ending it.
It places an accountability on government, but more importantly, I think it keeps the Australian community informed. Currently, the Australian community has no idea what child poverty is like in this country.
While countries like the US, Canada and New Zealand all have government-measured poverty lines, Australia doesn't. Research for the campaign from the Australia Insitute shows 4 in 5 Australians support the government regularly reporting on poverty and lifting income support.
Poverty is a policy choice. These are things that can be addressed. We know how to do them. It requires a will, but if we're not even measuring it, then it makes it very easy to hide it.
New Zealand introduced similar legislation in 2018.
It's really important because it ensures that ongoing focus is there for successive governments. It means that it doesn't slip out of focus when issues of the day come up.
Social Services Minister Amanda Rishworth didn't answer questions about the idea of similar legislation in Australia, but she says the Commonwealth has committed $200 million to help local communities reduce disadvantage in their areas. Laura wants to see payments increased and a pledge to measure poverty.
We're not going to have an idea as a nation how we are actually tracking, and I feel like by the government not doing that thus far, it's very, very easy to just pretend that there is no issue with poverty.
With inflation still running hot, it's an issue unlikely to shrink anytime soon. Kian Burke, ABC News.
Thanks for watching. We love that we can make these videos free to watch, but they're not free to make. It's thanks to our generous supporters that we can keep making research and content that changes minds. So, if you like what we do, please consider giving to the Australia Institute so we can keep doing it. Visit our website australiainstitute.org.au and click the donate button to see how your support can help fund high quality research that matters.